How much money can you make on Airbnb? My name's Charles Rashid, and today I'm going to tell you 3 ways that you can make an unlimited amount of money on Airbnb. In 2018, I was just getting started in short-term rentals and I had next to no revenue. By 2021, I did over $750,000 in revenue on Airbnb and VRBO and other short-term rental sites. So today I'm going to talk to you about how you get started, how to maximize growth, and how to develop a process and systems so that you can grow as fast as you want. And all of this with little to no money out of pocket. All right, so how much money can you make on Airbnb? Before I get started, I want to talk to you a little bit about my history. I've been investing in real estate, long-term rentals for over 30 years. I've been in the hotel business most of my life. So I have a unique perspective that melding those two experiences that I have is the perfect fit for short-term rentals on Airbnb, VRBO, and other platforms. How did I get into this business? As I said in the intro, in 2018, I knew little to nothing about Airbnb. But I couldn't help but think that there's something there. My friends in big cities like San Francisco, New York, Miami, were all talking about how much money they were making on Airbnb. And I just kind of blew it off because I thought it wouldn't work in Charleston, West Virginia. Boy, was I wrong. So just a brief story on how I got started. My mother-in-law got broken into and robbed. She lives in not the greatest neighborhood. So I bought a house, I renovated it, and I was going to give it to her to get her closer to us and her grandkids. When I showed her the house, she decided that she wasn't moving and she wasn't going to let a thief chase her out of her home. So I tried to sell the house for a couple months with no luck, and then I just decided to do what I do best, rent it long term. But I couldn't help but think, maybe Airbnb, maybe there's something to it. And when I showed it to the first tenant, I decided right then and there I wasn't going to rent it long term. I was going to stage it and I was going to give Airbnb a try to see what happened. And I am so glad that I did. In 2018, that first house, I went from literally zero revenue on short-term rentals to, by the end of 18, I had generated about $9,000 in revenue. I started mid-October. Now 2021's just closed out. I did over $750,000 in revenue. On those same properties, if I was only renting them long term, I would have only received a fraction of that in revenue. So how did I do it? First of all, please subscribe to my channel. If you like this content, you will get notified every time I upload a new video. Place your comments below, share, and like these videos. All right, so the first thing you do to maximize Airbnb revenue is you gotta have a place. So how do you get started if you don't have anything? Airbnb started literally with people's couches, sharing spare bedrooms, people renting their apartment to someone while they vacation or travel. That's how you get started. If you're fortunate to have a long-term rental, next time your tenant leaves, furnish it, put the utilities in your name, get it decorated, and list it on Airbnb. Airbnb does not charge a penny for you to list your property with them. They only charge when you get a booking. And as of this video, they charge the host 3%. They charge the guest 12%. So it's free to get started, other than a little bit of furniture. And what I love about Airbnb is it's so flexible. You can literally start with a bed in a spare bedroom and work your way up from there. Build your business as you generate revenue. You can build this as stepping blocks. Number 2, how do you accelerate it? This video is about making as much money as you can on Airbnb. And for me, we only have 24 hours in a day. So the only way to grow massively is to leverage people, systems, processes. So once you get your place, you develop systems and processes. How do you think McDonald's can have thousands and thousands and maybe tens or hundreds of thousands of stores across the country, and they all run the same. It's because they have detailed systems and processes. So what I suggest is, as you are doing each step in your Airbnb business, make sort of a job description. Write it down and then outsource everything you can so you can free up your time to grow that business, to get more units over and over and over. Number 3, how do you maximize revenue with your Airbnb? As I told you earlier in this video, I have over 30 years experience in the hotel business. And in the hotel business, we maximize revenue by what's called revenue management. When demand is high, we raise the prices. When demand is low, we lower the prices. It's all about supply and demand. So what I do, and I consistently outperform all the competition in my market. At the beginning of the year, I go through the calendar and I look at every holiday, every event, anything that's going on in my market that I can raise the price. What's going to spike the demand? And so I raise the price during those days. And then during the low season or the slow season, I reduce my price to maximize occupancy and maximize revenue. And it's that simple. It's not a set it and forget it business. What happens to most people in Airbnbs is they set their price at $129. So in the summertime, when there's peak demand, they're going to be rented first because they're one of the lower priced properties on Airbnb. And then when it's slow, they're not going to get rented because they're one of the highest prices on Airbnb. When supply is low, people are looking for lower priced properties. In this case, I would drop my price to $79, $69, whatever it takes. This is just an example. And I get booked first in the slow time, and I hold out for the most money in the peak time. I hope this helps you get an idea of how much money you can make on Airbnb. It really is unlimited. It's just a matter of how fast and how hard you're willing to push to maximize your profit and your business. Check out my other videos where I take you step by step through how to get started on short-term rentals, even having no knowledge of real estate or Airbnb.